Hey, this is Wet, and I'm reviewing my SL410 Lenovo Thinkpad, and yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot here again. I'm new to the whole YouTube making videos thing, so this is an amateur video, so please don't criticize my nice shaky handiwork here. Okay, so here it is. Here's the actual laptop, nice matte black, like I mentioned before in my previous video. Here's a 1-foot ruler, so you can get a scale. Sense of scale again, you know. Okay, great. On the front here, you got a little. Let's see if I can focus it in. Okay, you have a battery light here, a power light. You've got your sleep light here. We'll turn it around on the side, and on the side you have 2 USB ports, a micro SD card, your wireless radio switch, your disk drive, or your CD drive, DVD drive, and then your standard electrical plug. On the back, nice smooth back, nothing on it except for in the corner here. It's hard to see, but there's a USB slot right there. It's vertical, which is different. Well, I don't know if it's different for the ThinkPads, but I haven't seen it that often. Okay, so on the side, you have your standard headphone, microphone, HDMI, Ethernet, eSATA, VGA for your monitor, and then there's just an output fan. There's also some type of expansion slot right here that pops out. I'm not exactly sure what that is yet. I think it might be for a replacement. Looks like a new PCI style slot. I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, there it is. First thing is there's no clasp or anything that shuts this. It keeps it shut. So actually, what happens is when you close it, it snaps shut. That's how they've got it pivoted. So see, it stays open, and there's a little point, and it just snaps shut. Good and bad. I find that every time I go to shut it, it slips out of my hands, and I feel like I'm gonna break it because it just slams shut. Okay, so inside it continues with that nice traditional ThinkPad look. You've got a textured trackpad here. Here are the buttons, but underneath the buttons there's no gap, which is something I didn't really like. I know that it's hard to find a laptop nowadays that doesn't have, or that has that gap. As you can see here, my old Inspiron has a little bit of a gap below the buttons, which is kind of nice to rest your thumb on when you're scrolling. This doesn't have that. Here's the little track knobby thing, the Accu track, whatever they want to call it. Nice thing. Screen is very shiny, as you can tell. And yeah, really nice. So we'll give it a start. Really nice green lights too, which look really cool. So one thing I guess about Windows 7 so far is I found that you know, it's nice. I didn't have Vista. I'm upgrading from XP, so it's all new and flashy to me. But one thing I found is I find that when I hooked up my external hard drive, which I have partitioned into 2 partitions, I decided to hook it up using the eSATA hookup, and it doesn't recognize the second partition on the hard drive, which I don't know if that's a common issue or not. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Also, the first time that I hooked up the hard drive using eSATA, it actually, I got the blue screen of death, and it crashed completely, so not very good. Also, last night I was using it, and I got the blue screen of death again, and that time I was using Office, so I don't know if it's Office related. I can't remember if I had it open the first time, but something to keep an eye on. I don't know. This is still like Windows 7, you know, you could probably find more stuff out about it online. I'm not here to review that. But anyways, so here it is. It's started up. You got your fingerprint reader right here too, which is nice. It's optional. I got it. I thought it was cool, very James Bondish. But one thing I find is, I don't know if it's just me, but you can see what comes up. Oh, didn't even do it that time. I'd like to say that like 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work, but it's more like the actual value is more like 19 times out of 20 it doesn't work. I don't know if it's just me. This is my first fingerprint reader. It never seems to work for me. See, it says bad print or something like that. So I have to end up typing it in a lot of times, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not going to show you my password. Okay, so Windows 7 is loading. Windows 7 boots fast on it, which is nice. I paid $7.50 for this, taxes included, here in Canada. That was dirt cheap. Lenovo had a great sale on. And that included $100 I spent on upgrading the processor. I think it was like $50 or $60 to upgrade to 4 gigs of RAM. I also paid $10 to upgrade to a wireless N, which is, I think is a great deal. Plus I paid the $20 for the fingerprint reader. Kind of regretting it now. It looks cool, but it doesn't seem to work most of the time. Also here along the top, it's going to be kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can turn. There we go. Okay. Here's a spot where you can get the webcam. I decided not to get a webcam. It was an extra $30. I'm a poor student. I can't afford that. And I've also got a webcam already. See, I usually keep it hooked up to my monitor, which is nice. Most of the time, the laptop's closed because I prefer to use the monitor, do a screen kind of stuff. But there is a microphone here, and that comes standard. And here are the control switches for that, actually. So here's your microphone mute. You can turn that on. Volume up, volume down, and a mute button for the sound. Here on the side is your power button. It's really hard to hold on, that's kind of washed out. There we go. Here's your power button. Your ThinkVantage button. There's your wireless connectivity. Something else to do with wireless, I haven't narrowed it down yet, I haven't looked it up. Your data transfer and caps lock. So anyway, so here's 7. Let me take a look here. I'll pull up something for the sound. The speakers on it are great. For a business-oriented laptop, it's got great sound quality. That's one thing I was worried about, but it's been great, so that's good. Let's see here. Yeah, great sound quality. Adjust the volume. I'm a country fan, so sue me kind of thing. Alright. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Is it's nice and light, very quiet. Keyboards, it's very similar tapping to most of them. It's not overly loud or anything. The weight seems to be about right. It's not a super light laptop, but I don't know. So here's a good shot of it again. Yeah, I hope this is a good enough review. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. As it stands now, yeah, this is the best I can do for a review. So yeah, fire me your questions and such. Also, I might recommend contact Lenovo. They were really good with me, and the rep that they assigned me sent me an email, and I was actually having email conversations back and forth before I bought this, and he was actually able to send me a product brochure on it, which was really cool. So, okay, well, thanks for watching.